Welcome back, everyone, to more conversations with Mo. I hope you have your cup of tea ready. I hope you have your hot bev ready because I'm super excited for this episode. Episode 8, working with family. I have my cousin, Karabo Mdluli. Very first family feature. So this is huge. This is a big deal.
No. You had your sister on second.
Well, I mean, oh shit, she's going to be so mad when she hears this.
First family outside of the house.
Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
First family
Sorry, but
outside of the house. Her own sister's literally.
She's like, am I not family?
So, Karabo Mdluli, do you want to introduce yourself, what you do in life?
Yeah. What's happening, everyone? My name is Garoppolo Role. Hopefully, whatever platform you're on, I hope you're enjoying. Mpo and I are cousins. We are actual first cousins.
Yeah.
Because I know sometimes people are like, yeah, we're cousins, but they're like
long.
It's like third or fourth cousins extended. Like it's my cousin's aunt's wife's kid or something. But no, our fathers are brothers.
Yeah.
Mo's dad is my dad's older brother. So I'm a all-round creative. If you are familiar with some of my work, I run a podcast called The Art Dealers.
Shout out to the art dealers.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to you and shout out to Jeff. Jeff is
behind
behind
the
camera.
Jeff is here
for the venue, amazing venue. You guys will see it on Art Dealers.
Yeah, on Art Dealers. But if you are a fan of the Art Dealers, Jeff was on the Art Dealers there. So hopefully my fans are familiar with him. Amazing musician as well. All-round creative. My basic 9 to 5. I do a lot of design and video editing, photography. Freelancing is kind of my thing now, and just been picking up some really cool clients, doing some really cool things, and just hopefully keep going, But been in the podcasting content creation space for some time as well.
So Karabo is my editor.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're so much more than my editor. I feel like in episode 5, I was explaining my sister's role and I called her a creative director.
Yeah.
And I feel like you guys do the same thing. It's just that you're more on like the digital side of more on the production side.
Yeah.
So like you'll edit, you'll give me like the aesthetics of what do you call that thing with the waves and like I'm speaking, like the voiceover stuff.
Yeah, like just snippets.
Snippets. Like he does all my snippets, he does all my editing. Now he's organizing the equipment for me. So you're the creative director of production of the Mo brand.
I like that.
Right? That's
cool.
your official title there.
I dig it.
And I'm like, it's really cool because I was so nervous. Like, I've never worked with family, ever. So I always thought that, like, what if we, like, there's conflict, you send me a design that I don't like, which probably won't happen because you understand my vibe. But I'm like, what if that does happen?
Yeah.
And then we see each other at, like,
very
family function.
Yeah, I mean, it's very normal. It happens,
We haven't spoken for a month
because we're beefing, professionally. Yeah.
Professionally, we're beefing. So it's like, does it, like, filter into our, like, personal lives as well?
Yeah.
So, but you're an amazing person. So I feel like I made the right choice and I'm happy
Thank you.
hopped on board. I was nervous to ask because I was like, what if you're like, I don't work with family. It's like too close.
Which I've never been the biggest fan of.
Yeah.
To be honest.
You see. So.
I think you're exactly right. I think working with family, the danger of it is exactly like you're saying, the spillover from like, when does work become personal?
Exactly.
When does the work side end?
Sure.
Especially if you like, for example, obviously during COVID, everyone was working from home. Imagine now you have a family business with like your wife or your girlfriend or your brother or your sister, whatever. And now you guys live together and now you're fighting all the time about work because like now you're working from home. Work hours don't really exist anymore.
Exactly.
You just basically work until it's done.
Exactly.
And now it's spilling over into like normal day-to-day life. So that's always been like my worry. But I was keen. It was never like a. You want to tell them how it all happened? How you asked me?
I think it was a phone call.
Yeah, but it was because it was a new number.
Yeah.
And I never answered unknown numbers ever.
Yeah, because the way you answered, you're like, hello.
Because it was a WhatsApp call. I'm like, how does this person have my number? It wasn't like a normal call.
You know what I thought? Because when I started, so I got a new number, and then when I started calling all my friends, they would see that it's me via WhatsApp because it would show my profile picture.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know I'm like, if I call him with like
a normal call.
airtime, like normal call, then it'll just show a number,
Yeah.
and then like you'll ignore it because
Yeah.
you don't know the number. So I was like, let me try WhatsApp because he'll see my profile picture and then he'll pick up. But I mean, you picked up though, so shout out to you for picking
Because
up.
I was just like, okay, it's clearly someone who
That-
knows me.
Yeah.
Who's
That's
WhatsApp calling me. Yeah.
Exactly. Because WhatsApp calls a bit more like
It's a bit more personal. Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. So I was like, okay, let me just see. And then you're like, oh, hey, guys. I'm like, oh, hey, what's happening? Because I think
Yeah.
I had tried to message you on
And
your
then-
previous number
Yes.
or something like that. Or I tried to get a hold of you for something else. It was like something unrelated.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? So then I was just happy to hear from you because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, where did this girl go? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I went MIA for like, what, a month or so?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was a month.
I think it was like
it was
a
a
month.
needed month.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I also went MIA on social media as well.
Yeah, oh, yes, of course, yeah.
That was needed. But I feel like when I did go MIA, that gave us more time to plan out the content. Because the episodes that we rolled out, I recorded them like, what, beginning of March?
Yeah,
Or, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think what's been nice about working together so far is like your structure is very similar to like how I like to work.
mm,
So I am someone who plans things to some degree.
mm,
Especially with art dealers, I like to like know content that I want to do, but I'm also very spur of the moment. So like if I have an idea, I'll just do it.
yeah.
But I do like being ahead of schedule and planning things ahead of time as well. So that's been helpful for me as well.
Yeah.
Just to, like I said, it just works for my workflow, and it's easier to work around my things.
Your own schedule
Yeah.
as well, exactly.
So
Because you
it's a
don't
lot-
just work for me, you know,
Yeah.
you have your own like 9. Is it 9 to 5?
It's like 9 to whenever.
Yeah, because I don't
Freelancing
think
is
yeah, I was
like-
about to say you could go from 9 to midnight.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think freelancing, I mean, I suppose anyone who's watching, anyone who's also a freelancer,
Yeah.
we all know that. I suppose anyone who's a student, I suppose, as well, because I mean, you kind of just work until the work is done.
That's true.
So it's sort of a
That's true.
similar lifestyle. So anyone who's a student and maybe thinking about one day freelancing, doing their own thing, that's kind of the model that it's very similar.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I'm someone who doesn't like working at night personally.
Yes.
So I don't mind like waking up early and just bashing out a bunch of work,
Yeah.
like working until like the late afternoon. But like
Yeah.
nighttime, I try my best not to do.
Because I give you like work and like it's ready by like 2 hours time or like the next day.
Yeah, that's the
And
thing.
I'm just
I try to.
It's cra-
I think it's one
incredible.
thing. Yeah, it's one thing that I like, kind of pride myself in, but to my detriment a little bit. I remember when I
Yes.
was at an agency, and we would work off a platform called Asana, which is like a task
Mm-hmm.
platform,
Like Monday.com.
like exactly like that. Yeah,
Okay.
or like Trello or those
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Google. I think it's like Google Classroom vibes, that type of
Oh,
thing.
I see. I see.
So it's all tasks, but exactly like Monday.com. And we would all have our tasks there. But then if
Mhm.
something came up that was like quick, like this is only going to take like 5 or 10 minutes, I'll do
Yeah.
that first, even if it wasn't that important for that time.
I
would like, so I
see.
really like kind of put in the thing. So
Okay, I
when
see.
when you send me stuff like the podcasts to edit or like making the snippets, I know it won't take me long.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
can just bash that out quickly and I can just push my work to the back, a little bit to the back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it obviously depends. I don't think we've run into a time where I've not been able to deliver. If anything, it'll be like a day later than expected.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's been that deep.
I think also, like you were saying, like I'm very respectful of your time.
Mm.
So I was saying this to my sister that like I'll have meetings with her when I know that her homework is done or she's done with test week, because the last thing I want to do is like, you know, interrupt her studies. I don't want to interrupt your workflow as well.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's the respect. Like I think respect, you know, of
Oh yeah.
each other's different like occupations. I think that's what really helps us work together.
Mm.
Because I respect that you are you don't just have one job, you're doing 1,000 other jobs
Right.
besides for me.
Mm.
Sisters trying to get into varsity, etc.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm very mindful of the work that I give.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's been like how's it been for you? Like working, like even with your sister and like working with me as well. Like
How's it been working with my sister?
or just like with family, the both of us, I suppose.
Yeah, good. I mean, you guys are like incredible and stuff, but it's also like very convenient as
Yeah.
well. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like,
That's true. That's true.
I mean, I can wake up and knock on your door and be like, by the way, can we meet? Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I could just call you or send you a message and you're like, like you're there,
Yeah.
like easily like accessible in a sense. So yeah, it's been really great just doing it like that.
Yeah, it's been, and I guess for me as well, it's been.
Yeah,
really,
how's it working with me? You can be honest. I mean, if you're
it's horrible.
she's just
And no,
horrible
it's
and
trash.
she just
No.
gives me so much work.
No, it's actually been really cool. I think
Yeah.
also because it's it's stuff I enjoy doing. Like I do it
Yes.
already as like basically a full-time job,
Yeah.
and I do it as a passion as well. Like I have art dealers and I help other people at their podcasts as well, feature on their podcasts, and
Yes.
just the creative space in general is just something I love being a part of. So it never feels like it's difficult for me because it's just something I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So even when you asked me initially, I was like, oh yeah, cool. Like
Yeah.
let's
I didn't think it was gonna be that easy. Like
Oh,
I didn't.
really?
We didn't finish the conversation about when I called you. So it was a WhatsApp call.
It was a WhatsApp call.
And I was like, hey, cuz. And you're like, oh my gosh, how are you? And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm fine. And just kind of like broke
'Cause
everything down, like what's going
You
on.
did, yeah,
like,
and then you explained
why
everything.
did you go so in my ear?
Yes.
And then and then I was like, listen, I'm in need of like podcasting equipment and an editor, like basically low-key panicking, but I was like, I don't want to like scare him and sound too desperate because then you're gonna panic if you didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need an editor. I need equipment because then my podcast needs to move on, needs to like live.
Sure.
And then you're like, I got you. I had this guy. I know this guy who knows a guy who knows a venue who has this like amazing equipment. Shout out to Road, by the way. We're back at it again.
Shout to Road. Yeah.
You know, so I was like, and I think when I dropped the call, I literally was in tears because I was so, I think tears of more of joy, but also of like sadness because I was like, you know, when you're overwhelmed, or you're just like, I don't know what to do. And then great news comes along and you're just like, thank you God, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I just like burst into tears. So that was my experience, like after, during and after the phone call.
That's good to hear.
What was your experience?
Now, like I said, I was first of all just happy to hear from you because it had been like almost a month or just over a month or whatever the case was, and I think even it might have been like maybe 2 weeks into your social media break because I think you had only then posted like a week later or like 2 weeks later the first podcast episode, like the first.
Yes, I think it was 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, yeah. So it was still in your month off. So I think for me, I hadn't chatted to you so maybe in like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because we chat just casually anyway, not just like business stuff. So then when I messaged you, I was like just trying to find, like, how you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
And then you didn't reply. I'm like, hey, what's happening?
It was one ticking. A lot of people were like, it was one ticking.
It was one tick, yeah. I'm like, but I always just assume like, okay, maybe the area or something, signal, whatever, they'll get back to me whenever. And then I just escaped my memory for it. I'm like, okay, now where's this going?
Yeah.
So then when you called, I was like, oh, it's actually good to hear from you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think for me, and also like being in like the space that you're in, I think also the benefits for me, without sounding like I'm using you, you know, I think
like we're both using each other.
No, but what I'm trying to say is like I think the benefits for the both of us were just made sense as well.
Yes.
And I think in any business or like any partnership, there has to be some kind of gain for both parties.
For sure.
Be it like monetary gain, like if someone's investing in you with like R1 million, like you need to show that, okay, with this investment, this is how much we can make. So that the person giving you the money will be like, okay, cool, I'm going to make twice the amount of money or 3 times the amount of money.
Yeah.
So I think in any partnership, there's always needs to be some kind of gain. It doesn't always have to be money, or it could just be like good content, quality content, time, whatever the case is. But if it's one-sided, then it's like a problem. Then people, I feel like, are being used, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So then I think even just for my side, it's like opened up potential like opportunities.
Yeah.
Like,
has it already?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Really?
Kind of, yeah.
Well, from working with me?
Yeah.
This is the first. You heard it here on Art Leaders and More Conversations.
Well, I suppose with so Black Brick is one of my clients.
Yes.
And I do a lot of like video work for them. Black Brick is a property company, if no one knows. If you're in Sandton or Rosebank or
I think
Cape Town, in Cape Town as well, it's literally a black building, and it says Black Brick, and it's very cool. So I do a ton of work for them, content for them, and then I was having a meeting with them recently, and yeah, we're wanting to expand like the content that we're doing.
Yeah.
And then I like just name dropped you and like some other people I know, and they were like super keen. I'm like, oh, there we go. And then I messaged you. Then I messaged you like that same day or like later that day of like what we could do with them.
I was so excited.
Yeah. So in that regard, it's opened up like
I
some.
see.
So then I could, and that's why I think it's cool that we up the quality, because then eventually when we pitch to more people, we have like a backlog of like really dope content.
Sure.
And be like, oh, here's Mo. This is her following. This is her content.
Yeah.
This is how good it is. And then.
You know, we're nearly on 30K. We hit 30K listens on the podcast.
That's hectic.
That's crazy.
That's wild, eh?
And it's been like what, a couple of months. It's in like, shout out to you guys.
Yeah,
like
no,
honestly, shout out.
I was like genuinely shocked that you shot to like number 1 in like the day you dropped.
I think I was in like top 5 and I was crying. And then I just kept on going up, and I think I cried like that whole day, and I was like, I can't believe it.
That was crazy.
Because I was getting a lot of love on social media, and then, which I didn't expect. And then I would check, like, I wouldn't even check, like, the person that would help me with my podcast before would check. And then they kept on telling me, like, dude, you're number 2. Dude, you're number 1 now. And I was like,
I mean, I just thought like, because I'm a podcast fan. I listen to podcasts on a regular basis. And I just saw like your artwork
chilling on the top charts.
And I was like, what's happening here? Because I obviously thought, I'm like, hey, I know this. And then and then I saw like, oh, 5 and then 1. Because also like SA, I think SA is still quite new to like the podcasting.
Yeah.
As much as I know there's a ton of people who listen to podcasts, but South Africa in general is still like growing to the space.
Yeah.
But then you have like your Mac G's who are like super, super popular.
Yeah.
Who started a podcast. And he's been number 1. He's probably number 1 again now.
Yeah.
Because like he always has like, popular DJ and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That tends to happen with SA. Like popular people will start like a podcast, and then it just becomes like popular because of their following already, not because it's actually a good podcast.
I see.
And that's not shade to anyone. That's just the honest truth. That's just me being honest. And then and to see yours, which was like actually like good content.
Thank you.
Without being biased. Like shoot up so quickly to number 1.
Yeah.
But also I think it shows like, I'm not a social media expert at all. Like I mean I know a thing or two, but like I'm not a SEO specialist.
Give us your thing or two.
But I think it's like, it just shows like how important engagement is.
Yeah.
Because I think there's people who have more followers than you, but I don't think all of their followers engage with their content like yours do with your content. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for example, if every single one of your followers listens to your podcast, I mean, that's a ton of people. I mean, I suppose think of it like this. Like, most people nowadays, like the average person has like 1,000 or just over 1,000 followers.
Yes.
And think about that's a lot of people. Like,
that's already a lot of people.
I don't know 1,000 people. Like, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't know 1,000 people. And I think when I post something, I'll get maybe like in the hundreds of likes and stuff. Not that it matters, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is still quite a lot. But imagine all my followers liked it, which is like over 2,000 or whatever.
Okay.
I'm like, that's 2,000 likes.
Yes.
That's a ton of engagement.
Sure.
That's basically what happened with the podcast, where even if someone out of your however many listened just for like 10 minutes, I mean, that's solid engagement, you know what I mean? Enough to push it up. So that was very...
And the sharing and stuff.
And the sharing as well. I mean, I wouldn't say it was surprising, because I'm not surprised, because, I mean, you've been popular and all that kind of stuff. So I knew it would do well.
Yeah. I also was like...
I mean, whatever well looked like, you know what I mean?
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like, God, I'm posting this. It's all in your hands, and whatever well and successful this like looks like, let it be.
Yeah.
You know. So I didn't measure it like
going to number 1.
Yeah, number 1 is like, that's how that's how I want my podcast to do. Like, that's well in my eyes. Like, if it's number 1 or if I'm in top 5. I was like, this is literally all in your hands. And then like as the day or the week went on, I was like so shocked. I was like, okay, God, this is
This is cool.
This is really cool. Like, this is really, really cool.
It was amazing. It genuinely was amazing to see.
Yeah.
And even just to like, it was very dope. So like, shout out, that was a really cool. Oh yeah, you can tell them I did the artwork.
Yeah. Don't they know?
I don't know.
He did my artwork. Is it artwork, right? The
Yeah, yeah.
poster thing.
Yeah.
And I think then again, like when I briefed you, I think I briefed you a week or like a couple of days before.
I think it was a week, yeah.
Yeah, a week.
Because I
And
saw
then,
you
like,
on the Friday or the Thursday, whenever it was.
Yes.
When we put it up, or like remember we put the
when
first.
we posted or.
Remember we put up the first. Oh, I was like showing you how to get it up on platforms and stuff.
Yes.
I don't. Oh, you it posted the next week. Sorry.
Yeah.
On the Wednesday, I think, or
But
whenever
like,
it was.
I mean, what it took you a week to basically create my podcast identity, which was like so incredible because I gave you the color palettes, I gave you the different like graphics and
like
stuff,
the references.
like the references, the font that actually I didn't think I even gave you a font on how I wanted the name to look
within the references you gave, you were just like, oh, I like this.
Oh, I see.
So then I used that as a.
And then we met up at a coffee shop, and then you showed me everything. I was like, I literally was like, what the like, this is incredible. Like, I was.
Shout out.
Dude. Like, you got the color scheme amazing, and like the hands with like the tea, you know. I hope you're sipping on your tea. I hope you're enjoying your tea or your hot bev. You
Very
know,
important.
This is the identity of the show, really.
We should have had tea here.
Actually.
That's a bummer. Sorry, that's my bad.
We have like a coffee.
We have coffee,
station
yeah.
us,
Coffee, shout out.
Yeah. Shout outs. But yeah, and then like a week later, then we're sitting down and we're going through everything, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, it made me even more excited to like release, because I'm like, I can't wait for people to see such amazing work, you know. So shout out to you.
And yeah, no, it was like I said, it was quite a thing for me as well to even just be a part of, like, just to, because I mean, even though I'm not necessarily the person hosting, in fact I'm not the person hosting at all, but like,
but you're part of the production though,
for sure. And that's why I'm like, it was still like quite a proud moment for me as well, just to be a part of it.
I felt proud though, because this is like,
I was genuinely shocked.
As much as it's my baby, it's yours as well.
Yeah, but
no
like,
incest, just, you know what I mean.
Nah, but like, no, I get, but yeah, it was, I mean, I think I mean, we're both creative, but like any person who's creatively inclined watching, who does things, you know, makes art or music or whatever, when you see it do well, and again, well is relative to everyone. Like, well could be 100 views on YouTube or 1,000 views or whatever, or like 10 people saying it's dope, whatever that means for us. I think for me, again, I don't know what the measure was, but to see it do that well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think we would have thought though. No one would have thought.
I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know how these metrics, but I don't know if it's off like just raw streams, like, or whatever. Like, you know, like Billboard 100. I don't know if it's streams or album sales or whatever. You know, these things. So I don't know how like podcast things work. Where it's like, is it just people listening? Is it like how long people listen for? I don't know.
I think we both went in like blindly with this thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I've been like in the space, but again, I've like metrics and SEOs and stuff like that is still very new to me. But again, like, just to see it do like exceed whatever expectation I had.
We had,
it was amazing, and I think the quality's still been there, which has been awesome. I mean, I only took over like recently, or help with the like editing and stuff. It was fairly recent.
That's true.
So I mean, so even when I jumped on it was already still doing quite well. So like, I haven't like done anything necessarily to up the quality. So it's already been
but you've kept that's the thing. Like, it's I feel like some people, in my personal opinion, fall off because it's like it starts at a good quality and then it's really hard to maintain or to just like exceed, you know, the initial quality. Because like, and that was my fear, was that I started at this like quality and now all of a sudden I don't have equipment. What's going to happen to me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact that you came on, and I feel like it like stayed the same, but also now I feel like it's greater than where I started.
That's good.
I never would have thought that would have happened. I mean, a week before I called you, because in my mind it's like, okay, things are going to be different, the sound might be different, you know, and that's okay. And I kind of accepted things like dropping and you just being there and just kind of like maintaining and helping me get better and like making it much more better. I was like, shout out.
I appreciate that. No, it's
shout
been, and I think we both have like I don't know how to put it, within like our individual brands.
Yes.
We both like have a standard.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think both of us don't want to like drop that in any shape or form. You know what I mean? So I think even just working together, we work well together because both of us want things to look good and be good and do well and all that kind of stuff. Like I've always been someone who I suppose just always wants things to be like excellent to whatever capacity I have or to whatever it's able to whatever it's able to look like or sound like. And yeah, so I mean I didn't want to like lower what your standards and I also don't want and also I didn't want that
it
like
also reflects on you though.
Exactly what I'm going to say. Like I didn't want that to reflect on me. Like like now you're dropping now.
Not that it's all your fault though, but I get what you mean.
But I mean I'm involved still. You know what I'm saying? So like
you would take the.
I would take some of the heat as well. Rightfully so. I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying it's like a producer and a music artist, like a singer. Like the producer's just as much to blame for a song doing badly or sounding badly than the singer, you know what I mean? It's a team effort. Like obviously the singer will take more of the heat because it's like she's the face of the thing. Yes. But then rightfully so, the producer, engineers, everyone involved.
I agree with you. Like the production.
The production has to hold itself accountable as well. You know what I mean?
Before we wrap up this episode, I actually want to. I don't think I've shared this with you. Like my goal.
Yes.
Like you being a part of the brand. So my like future goal is like basically have like a company. I already have the name of the company, and just have people that are running my brand. So basically Mo then becomes a brand, and then like you and my sister's like you as the creative director for production, and then my sister creative director for content. I really want to get like a manager. Have you met my friend Fundile?
No, you've spoken about it. I've never met her. No.
So she's an accountant. One of my longtime friends, Jonathan, we've been friends since like 2007. He's starting to be a CA. So like have him as like my financial advisor. I literally have the team and the name down. I'm just trying to like obviously just get my money right.
Get a financial advisor, people. You're very important.
Actually, because I'm so reckless with money.
Hey, shout out to my guy Jason. He's my FA. I love that. My boy, my friend Phil as well.
Like Jonathan was sitting down with me. He's like, you have this much for the month. Like you can't go over that. And I was like, my mind, I was like thinking of splurging and going off. And he's like, dude, relax. Like listen to this. So shout out to him. So that's literally my dream is, to get the company running and like even have like a whole like floor, like an office. You know what I mean? So it's really amazing like working with you and seeing like starting so strong. Like I know we're just going to go from like strength to strength moving on. And it's like it's really exciting. So shout out to you for saying yes, and shout out to you for answering my WhatsApp call.
I don't know what happened. This is very unlike me. I never ever answer unknown numbers.
There's a reason for that though. Because if you didn't answer, I was gonna be like, fuck.
I mean, I suppose you could have just WhatsApp me. You could have just WhatsApp me.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm just being dramatic. Actually.
But I hear what you're saying. It would have been a bum if I didn't answer.
It would have. Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't have the story to share.
That's true. It would have just been, I messaged you.
Yeah.
That's kind of thing.
Yeah.
I sent you a voice note.
Then you said yes.
Yes, thumbs up. It's a thumbs up emoji. Like, cool, I'm down.
That's the end of the story.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
But do you have anything closing off remarks to say?
Nothing like hectic. I think, I suppose working with family, like I think we're a good example of it going well.
Sure.
And even if it's just like a close relationship, like friends or whatever the case may be, or any type of relationship.
Yeah.
I think what exactly like you've been mentioning, we respect each other's like 9 to 5s or whatever it is already, or whatever we have going on.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we have boundaries. That's the word I'm looking for. Like that's what it is. And I think that is probably a good lesson for people wanting to establish something for another, like with a partner, or be it a friend or someone you're dating, or someone you're married to, or a family member, is setting up like really healthy boundaries and understand, especially if like both of you have something going on already.
Yes.
It's really important to like respect the person's availability.
Yes.
And I think we've done that really well, and we're really good at communicating as well. So I think that's probably like my number one lesson to people listening and wanting to do that, is just establish healthy boundaries, and just go from there and just take it, day by day, week by week, or whatever the case may be, and then you'll see the fruit of it, you know.
like that.
Yeah, it won't always be amazing from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, working with family is not always the easiest thing, but it works when there's communication. It's like any relationship. When there's, communication, when there's boundaries set, it can do well. So yeah, that's my lesson. That's my takeaway.
Cool. I like that. It's profound. I feel like it runs in our genes. We're just profound humans. You know what I mean?
Some of us.
Ooh.
No.
You know your family listens to this podcast.
That's not shade to anyone in particular.
What do you mean?
I just said it's not shade in particular.
Your family members listen to this podcast.
Must I start naming names?
And they're gonna be like, in episode 8, Karabo said some of us. So
and I'll be like, it wasn't you.
They're gonna call me by my government name, Mo Mdluli. What exactly did Karabo Mdluli? Who was he referring to?
I'll be like, it wasn't about you. Don't worry about it.
But if the shoe fits.
Hey, listen, if you're getting offended by it, then there we go.
You could be the problem.
You could be the problem. But I'm kidding. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, no, our family's dope.
Shout out to family.
Yeah. We have our issues. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean that's
we have our issues, but that's another day.
I actually want to get Zintle and Temba.
That'd be hilarious.
Zintle and Temba. So Zintle is the first. She's the oldest cousin.
All of our dads are brothers.
Yes. So it's four boys.
Yeah.
So it's Karabo's dad, my dad, Zintle's dad, and last one, Uncle Tabo. So Zintle is the oldest one. Temba is third.
Yeah.
And it's you.
Yeah,
I always think Temba is older than you. I don't know why.
It's because he's taller, that's why.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And then I'm the baby of the four of us. So we're the original.
Out of the original. Obviously, we have siblings as well.
Yeah. But we're the original,
But the gap from us is quite big.
Yeah.
Like my sister's like 10 years younger than me. And
mine is like 6.
Yeah.
So.
And your brother's what, 9?
Yeah, well, between my brother and I, it's like 11.
11 years.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you see.
So that's why we're at our exclusive club.
Yeah.
So I really want to bring them on, maybe chat about like family dynamics. Let us know what you think. Like, what do you want to hear from like our other cousins? Let us know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate your
awesome.
time.
No, any time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for listening and sharing and loving and rating and giving me a 5-star review. I love you so much, and we'll catch up in the next episode. Bye.